Hello. Hello. Greetings. How is everyone doing this evening? I hope you are doing well. I am so excited to be coming live to you today. My name is Michelle McDonald. I am the CEO and founder of Sirica Enterprises, where my mission is to engage, educate, and empower. I am a trainer, consultant, videographer, speaker, and soon to be author as well. And I assist both small businesses and specifically also nonprofit organizations in going to their next level. So I'm really excited today. I'm so excited about today's topic about the danger in playing to win your next level. And I want to begin by with a quote. Faith is being so sure what the Spirit has whispered in your heart that your belief in its eventuality is unshakable. Again, faith is being so sure what the Spirit has whispered in your heart that your belief in its eventuality is unshakable. And that is, of course, from the late, great, Honorable Representative John Lewis. May he rest in peace. And thank you for the fact that we have his words to continue. And I think it's especially important and important for tonight's topic, because one of the biggest dangers in playing to win is that you will face your fears. You have to take on an attitude of yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. It does not matter. I may see obstacles that may come my way, but those are just things that I am going to go through or go over or go around. It may slow me down, but it won't stop me. You have to have a whole new attitude. Is definitely a mindset shift. And I understand because I had to sit down and really take the time. And I think during this time of being the stay-at-home orders and quarantines, a lot of people had a lot of opportunity to do self-reflection and meditate and pray, and I had to get to the root. Sometimes you've got to get to the root of what's stopping you. Why don't you have an attitude of yes? There are people all over the world that have different skills and talents, and you have different skills and talents, but you may see them and say, well, they keep going. And it's not so much that, okay, they're incredibly talented, which they are, but they have a mindset shift, is that I am going to keep going. I am going to succeed. It doesn't matter what it looks like. So the danger of that is that you're going to face your fears. You're going to come face to face to the very things that you've been trying to avoid. You may be like, well, I don't really like to talk to people. You kind of have to take this attitude, like Joyce Meyer says, do it afraid. Yeah, I'm not that comfortable speaking to people, but I'm going to do it afraid. I'm going to do it anyway. And it does something to you inside, because I've had that happen where, maybe it's an uncomfortable conversation that you might have with a colleague or a family member. But you know what? I'm going to do it afraid. You prepare, you pray, you ask for guidance, but you don't run. That's one of the things that you cannot do. And that one of the things that you won't one of the dangers is of playing to win, is that you'll have this attitude, I'm not running away, I'm running to. I'm going to stand in the face of that very thing that I thought could paralyze me and stop me, and say, no, not today. I'm going through, I'm going around, I'm going over, or you will get demolished. Sometimes you cannot bow down. You've got to stand up. You've got to say, yes, it's my time, and I'm going to do that. And that's another thing that happens. You become unstoppable because you have this on the inside of you, and then you want to be a change maker. You want to go inside, deep inside of you, and you want to share, because it becomes contagious. So it's really important for you to recognize that your purpose is not just about you. Your purpose is about other people, because once you say, I'm no longer going to be afraid, I am going to play to win, you become very dangerous to things the enemy that may want to stop you from getting after your goal. Don't you know how important you are? Don't you know that you have a purpose? I'm sitting in a chair. This chair has a purpose. My glasses have a purpose. This eyeglass case has a purpose. Don't you know that when you realize who you truly are, how dangerous you become to those things, you be able to combat a lot of those isms, those racisms, those sexisms, all of those things that try to stop you from getting to where you're going to be. There is no glass ceiling. We going all the way up in the atmosphere in space. You are going to continue to go after those things that you know that you have inside of you, that you're going to walk in your destiny. You're going to become a purpose walker. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to be afraid. It doesn't mean that even though you may come face to face with that very thing the first time, you may not have the tools. That's why when you begin to have a mindset shift, you begin to get the tools to get educated. You may go to a trainer. If you are a nonprofit or a person that's aspiring to have a nonprofit, you are going to get the tools. I'm going to invest in me. I'm not going to go get my nails done. I may not go get my hair done this week. I may not go, or I may do it myself. A lot of us found out how incredibly industrious we were. What can I do? How can I make this happen? Not, oh, I can't afford it. What can I do to make this happen? What gifts do I have? Do you know that your gifts that you have inside of you, once you start to release it, you can make those gifts work for you? Create a digital product based on the knowledge you know. Utilize that money to then reinvest back into yourself. I'm telling you, once you take those limits off, you become incredibly dangerous. And then after all of a sudden, you might have people that say, hey, wait a minute. Why are you all serious about that? Why are you so intense? It's like, yes, I'm intense. I'm intensely focused going after my dream. You want to come on with me? What's your dream? Again, like I said before, you become unstoppable and you want to then impact others and you want to create change in others. So your circle may either get smaller or it may change. You may begin to rediscover some friendships that maybe for whatever reason, you grew apart, but then you realize that sometimes God bring people back into your focus, because go back to that time when you were fearless. Go back to that time when you were like, wait a minute, I can go off to film school. Yes, I was working full time, working for a good organization, social justice organization in Detroit called Focus Hope, and I made a decision. I'm going to film school. I had to get reconnected to that young woman at 26 that was going to grad school, and most of the fellow students were younger than her, going into the middle of the mountains. I had applied to NYU and I didn't get in, and I could have said, okay, well, maybe that means I'm not going to go to film school. I applied to Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. Not only did I get in, but I got a graduate scholarship. I'm like, what? Giving out scholarships on the graduate level? I mean, it can be done, but at that time I was like, wow. So I have to get reconnected. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. I have to throw the limits off. I have to go after that very thing that I have deep on inside of me, because it's not just about me. The one thing that we've learned about this during this pandemic, the things that we've learned about this awakening in the country of realizing that all men and women are created equal. Let's start acting like that. That's because of change makers. Look at Representative John Lewis. He has a book, I believe, called, or is a play called Good Trouble. Sometimes you do. You gonna get in trouble when you start realizing who you are. You gonna get in trouble, and some people gonna be trying to remind you of who you were. Now, for those who say, well, you know what, Michelle, I wasn't really, I was kind of quiet. You got to get to the root of why you were quiet. Now, for me, I was shy because I had like self-esteem issues. My love language is words of affirmation. And so when you realize that, you can kind of operate differently and know who you are and how to engage people and understanding yourself. That's one thing I recommend. Find out what your love language is and why you are the way you are. Now, if you are a quiet person, that doesn't mean, oh, I'm saying you got to go out and be all loud. But if you're in business, you can't be afraid to speak about your business. If you have a nonprofit, you can't be afraid to speak about your nonprofit. There are opportunities like in this group where you can go live. So I'm just really excited that I have the opportunity to share with you today. I wanted to really just share, in addition to what I've spoken to about today, is that it's so important to really embrace you. Embrace all of you, because there's no one else like you. No one has your fingerprint. Nobody has your exact match of DNA. Everything that God put together to make you who you are. There is a reason you came to a planet. So, sister, start acting like it. Start walking in it. It doesn't matter what happened to you. Now, it may hurt, because I know about hurt. I know about betrayal. I know about all of that. But I'm here to tell you, but that you can take that information, you can take that experience, and you can utilize that to catapult you. Because once you realize who you truly are, once you decide to play to win, the danger is that you're going to you're going to have this mindset shift. I can't do what I used to do. I can't be the way I used to do. Now I'm going to tell you, there might be. I know for me, there's this temptation to go back to where you were because it was safe. Well, if I don't say nothing, nobody won't say that I sound crazy when I talk. If I don't say nothing, then everything will be okay. But if you don't say anything, you are not only doing yourself a disservice, but you're doing the world a disservice. You didn't come to this planet. God didn't make you to play small. It is your time. It is your time to be who you were called to be. Whether you are a writer, whether you are a minister, whether you are a businesswoman, whether you have a small business, I said that, whether you have a nonprofit, it's time. And those things that you went through, those things that you survived, don't you know that you can use those things and leverage those things to share and help somebody else and then catapult yourself? Oh, yes. When you go to your next level, transparency and authenticity. That is what's important. You have to be transparent. You have to be authentic. Walk in your truth. Walk in who you are, because I'm going to tell you, that's what people respond to. If you're in business, people are going to respond to who you are. I had wrote something in response to what Atika had wrote about. It's not just about the product. And what I wrote was, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you have to realize who you are. Now, I'm seeing that we are 8:59. So I wanted to share that there are other opportunities. You want to get in touch with me, Michelle at SericaEnterprises.com. I'm also have the honor. I'm going to be training tomorrow, and take advantage of some of the opportunities we have right here in this group, Black Women Promote. I'm going to be I'm going to be training tomorrow at 6 p.m. Join me then. You can always, and all the other ladies, they're going to be training all throughout the day. Take advantage of those opportunities. I also created a product. Remember when I told you about creating a product? I created a product, and this is specifically for people who have nonprofit organizations, or you want to take your nonprofit to the next level. And then on the last Monday of this month, I'm also going to be doing an Eventbrite collaboration with another professional in the industry. So it is 9 o'clock. I thank you all. Remember, stop playing small. Walk in your greatness. Be a purpose walker. Be a dream stalker. And y'all have a good evening.